All right, Tennessee Pirate Nation, we've got another review here. Today we are looking at a 12-foot inflatable by Bris. It's modeled in the style of those swift water rescue boats. It's got two chambers on the side and an aluminum or metal floor on the bottom, along with two bench seats and a wooden deck up front with a hole that allows you to inflate the bottom underneath as well. So the metal floor here at the bottom is actually on an inflatable floor that acts as I think it's a V-hole. But as you see, I mean, you're familiar with these in the Coast Guard and Sheriff's Department do swift water rescues. They use a boat very similar to this. And a cool feature back here is this transom it's no joke. It is a serious transom. It can support a fairly heavy motor, and the stability on this is pretty awesome. Right now we've got an old Evinrude on it, and let's talk with the owner about it some more. So this boat belongs to my buddy Captain Andy. You've seen him in other videos. I'll leave the link below. But let's see how he feels about it, the boat itself. Captain Andy, overall, for your first inflatable boat, what do you think of this?
I love this boat. I've had this boat in swift water. Now, I'm not talking like, Niagara Falls.
Sure.
But I've had it in the main channel of the Cumberland, which is a very swift river. I've had it going over pretty substantial waves in Percy Priest. It takes them like a champ because it's so buoyant. Never once have I been scared. Never once did I feel like I was out of my league. Obviously we were, just putting along, but it takes waves like any boat that's, 2 or 3 times the size. I'm very impressed with it. I love this boat. I love taking it out. It's peaceful. It's a quiet boat, especially that motor on it. That motor purrs, and it's just a great setup. I wish I had more time to be out on it.
So my viewers know that my physique, my stature, I'm a man of substance. Tell me, what is the weight capacity, if you recall, on something like this?
It's 700 kilograms, or I think what it said, 1,500 pounds on the conversion. I've
700
had 2
kilograms.
grown men, and he brought his 2 sons, so those boys are probably 100 pounds apiece. So you had enough weight on there, and it pretended like nothing.
You've had 2 grown men on this.
Yeah, I've had the most people I've had on is 4. The most adults I've had on there is 2.
So these
But
benches,
you could put 3 or 4. It really wouldn't. If you had 2 or 3 small adults, that would be nothing on this boat.
these benches, they slide out pretty easy, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're on this.
I don't even use this back bench. I sit on a camp chair.
Okay, so the floor is sturdy enough that you can just put a separate chair in here.
Absolutely.
Maybe something that swivels so you can access the tiller handle.
You could install a swivel seat if you wanted to. I never wanted to.
Really?
It was just, it was a little bit too much work for my taste, but this gets the job done. I've got this thing loosened a little bit.
So this seat just slides in here. That's great.
Yeah. They just pop in. Now, it might seem like it's a little flexible. That's just because the boat's a little underinflated, and we keep it underinflated.
Sure.
The sun to the sun.
Sure.
Once you get it out on the water, get it tightened up, it's nice. It's got a little suspension to it. Good on your back.
This is great. Have you ever used the oars, or do you always go out on the...
I know, I prefer not to paddle at any time, but, those oars, if I was going to have to paddle, are the ones you want. They've got that great little hinge on them, and they have a lot of flexibility. And the boat turns miraculously with them. It'll turn on a dime, and it'll get going. It'll get the boat moving. You don't feel like you're really doing a lot of effort. This boat is really light on the water.
So these pivot points seem like they're pretty solid.
Absolutely.
This isn't... Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had any doubts about the structure of the boat at all.
360 turn. That's great.
Yep.
So, Captain Andy, let's take a look at this motor that you have here set up.
You're looking at a 1959 Fisherman Jubilee Edition Evinrude 5.5 horsepower. This is a classic outboard motor. There are outboard motor geeks that are into the antique outboards that would just drool over this thing. It purrs like a kitten. It runs great. It's had a lot of rework done in the top from the mechanic I bought it from. There is an owner's manual. It has all the parts breakdown and everything in it. It'll take you forward, reverse, and it'll get you down the river 8 or 9 miles an hour, depending upon, of course, the water and all that good stuff. So it'll get you where you need to go. It puts out a lot of weight, surprisingly, for such a little motor with a little prop. It gets the job done, and you don't have to yell at somebody when you're talking to them going down the river.
So what I really like about these boats, and the Intex as well, is they, in order to have...
Look at this timeless classic.
Oh my goodness.
Like it was made yesterday.
That's really clean for this age.
Yeah, this boat's like 3 times as old as I am. Or rather, the motor is.
So what's really cool about these boats that allows you to have a motor on is there's actually a hull number that you can see right there. Each of these boats come with an actual hull number. It's a vessel number that is required by most countries, certainly by the United States. And you can register that number with your city, county, or state in order to put a boat on it and be legal out in the water. And certainly you can add the decals to your boat to make it fully legal. This operates as a bass boat. Have you ever been fishing on this?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's what I do on this. Yeah, we've caught all kinds of fish on this thing.
So it's a great fishing boat.
Brim, catfish. We've caught them. A stripe.
It could be used just for leisure out in the lake. And it's obviously been proven to be used as
I've taken it
rescue.
out swimming, parked it up on the bank, drag it up to the edge, jump out, go swimming, jump back in, and go on down the river. Great.
And tell us about this trailer setup that you have.
So this is not a boat trailer, but I've made it one. And so with several mods I've done, I bought this trailer from a fellow who just sold trailers, and I modded it. It was just a great GRATE graded surface that on this tilt trailer that was just kind of a utility thing. I went down to Tractor Supply and got a solid rubber mat and a few things and some indoor-outdoor carpet, and kind of upgraded, and I spray painted the whole thing with some strong enamel, several coats, and also on the fenders where the wheels are, I did some of that rubber spray coated stuff, like the Flake Seal, which would, I was a little worried that those bolts on top of the wheel wells would scratch my boat, but I don't have to worry about it since I've coated them down so much. So this trailer works great. It'll haul other things. It will tilt. I don't use it for tilt all that much. And then I've, of course, mounted this winch on it with this aftermarket winch and this aftermarket winch stand. And I've also put this trailer mover on it. And it doesn't work as well as I would just because it's a short tongue. But it gets the job done. All you have to do is just reel it up. It gets the job done. So
as of right now, this boat on the trailer, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't need anything else.
No.
You can get out in the water.
Crank it up and go.
This is great. And you use just like a little 3-pound gas tank over here, I see.
3-gallon gas tank.
3 gallon, yeah.
Yeah, that's last time I was out, I had it filled up. I put 2 gallons in it, so you can look and see. I was out 5-6 hours that day. Cranked up twice, 2 or 3 times. Use my trolling motor a lot. And you can mount a trolling motor next to that outboard. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it can get done. You just got to know how to put what depth and which motor.
What I like about this boat is that not only does it have handles for you to hold on to while you are in the boat going through water, and rope to hang on to as well from the side, but it also has 4 easy access carrying handles. So 4 guys could jump out of here. You could probably even make it work with 2.
Yeah.
And
The boat's only 100 pounds without
Grab
the motor.
these things. So this boat weighs 100 pounds.
Without the motor.
Without the motor, with the floor fully installed.
Motor's maybe 45 pounds, 50 pounds.
Wow. Well, the final question I have, Captain Andy, is where did you buy this boat? How was it delivered? And how much did it cost?
I bought this boat on Amazon, and I got it for $980, and it came in a big giant box in the mail, shipped.
So for under $1,000, you can have a bass boat and get out in the lake.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I went, you know, that motor was $500, and then I've modded it since then with a new gas pump, which is not characteristic of those old school motors. I put a modern gas fuel system on it, which actually increases the value of the motor for efficiency purposes, though the old gearheads would probably yell at me for doing some tweaking with it, but it runs like a top. So, you know what? I'm on the water and they ain't.
That's great.